The nicer thing about this one is you can read this from the top or the side.
Okay.
Okay. We can put this up here. I usually use this to supplement it. I'm gonna stick this over the floor for now. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna find a known control point. You're gonna set this up over it. Usually I bring this one up like this. Usually I'll set this one up over it and I'll use the handles here. You can press the thumb handles to change your tripod. And then I'll use the plummets there here to get myself close. And then I'll tighten this down and extend this out. And then you can fine adjust it with thumb screws here.
Okay.
And like I said, you can look at it through this way. Ooh, that was pretty darn close.
Does it need to be a certain height?
It's a fixed height.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
fixed. That makes this easier, so you don't have to guess.
Sure.
This is exactly, I'm gonna write these down. I can write on this board, can I?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
And we'll get to this when we're processing too, so we can write this in. This is a number you're going to want to remember. You could either use the full 1.77 meters, or I usually round it off to 1.8 meters because it's within that 1 to 3 centimeters, it's up to you. But this face, that's the distance from here to the face center of that antenna. When this is getting positioned, it's actually positioning this point in the center of the antenna. So that's what the correction source is gonna be. So when you apply it to the drone, you're gonna also have to add 1.8 meters or 1.77 meters to its elevation to make sure it's in the right location. So that rod height is that's the DRTK2. That's the HI. So when we process it through, we have two abilities. In the software, we can either add it to the elevation if we're gonna use this correction source, or there's actually a line item that says, give me a vertical offset. Type in 1.77, everything comes up.
So the pointy edge, is that get buried in the ground or?
Usually it's a nail or a PK nail on the ground or
Okay.
some other kind of control point. So the surveyor's gonna put some kind of a hard point.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
The accuracy of this aircraft, so for the L1, so for the LiDAR is plus or minus 3 centimeters. So you have some play, whether it's that far into the ground or that far above, it's gonna be within that tolerance. The P1 photogrammetry is a whole different ball of wax. Because of the way photogrammetry is, it uses its own methodology for calculating accuracy. We'll get into that as well for processing. But physically, these are the only numbers you really need to know.
Okay.
Okay? And we'll show you where we put that in when we're processing or setting it on the field. So the DRTK gets its battery. It is, turn it here. All the power cycles are right here. There's only 3 buttons. It's really dirt simple to operate. You will take this out in the field. You will press and hold the middle button until the fan starts. Maybe there's not enough battery.
Is there light that comes on
Oh yeah. Well, there's enough battery. Oh, there it is.
or? Alright, okay.
Well, that was just a, lets me know. Power. There it is. Well, that was the test. I just wasn't pressing it. Press and hold. There. Hear the fan come on, and the red light comes on.
Alright, this one is loud enough, 'cause it usually gets windy out.
Yeah. Well, you'll see the red light.
Okay.
So there's 3 lights. The only 3 lights you have to look at, basically. The green light here is your connection. So that's going to be your radio signal coming out. This has a Wi-Fi signal that it's sending out. that basically only the controller's gonna directly connect to. The middle button, it's flashing red when it sees, so we're not gonna get anything inside here. It's gonna pick up GPS satellites, your GNS, GLONASS, Beidou, Galileo, all the constellations of GNSS satellites. This will turn yellow to solid green when it's collecting data.
Sure.
And then this last button that's flashing here, that's the mode. There are different modes, they're all listed up here. For this aircraft, it needs to be in mode 5, so you just wanna make sure that this is blinking 5 times. That means it's in mode 5, which is exactly where we need it to be. So in the field, we have a known point in the ground. We'll set this up, we'll plumb it up, we'll turn it on, that's it, walk away. This will last over half a day with that one battery. Okay. And all it does is collect satellite data as an OBS file, base station, and sends the data to the drone for correction.
How far apart do they have to be?
2.5 kilometers. You have some range, so you can be on. If you have control on the other side, let's say DOT sets a control point that you know and know in X, Y, Z, you can set it up over across the field or across the site and come back and connect to it at your phone. That's it on that. I'll turn it off for now just to save the battery, but we'll probably turn it on when we go through the mission creation so you can see what's going on. Turn it off, just press and hold. Maybe. Sometimes I pull battery, that's a little huff. Use your little finger. You really gotta press in on there. It's just a little leaf switch. That's it. Okay. Any questions on this? So yes, get a third-party bag. There's a bag that'll hold this, and this all in one unit. Useful part. It's about that long. It's nylon ripstop with a foam padding. There is a charger in here, which you won't need because you have that, but it holds 2 of those small batteries.
Okay.
So this is a spare part. Plus there's a transformer, wall transformer, everything in here. There is some other variety of equipment here, some USB cables, a power cable. And most of them are never used. So, and there's a little hex wrench for something around here. DJI at once upon a time had big plans for using this as an RTK rover, but they've since given up on that. But yet they still manufacture all the parts for all the stuff that you can add on to it. So once the steamroller gets going, they never stop. Without a head of stock at least. Okay.